Hello, YouTube land. Please forgive me. I'm not sure how this live is going to go. I am borrowing someone else's computer because mine is in the computer doctor shop again. And hopefully this is going to work all right. Wait for some people to hopefully arrive. If you're part of the replay crew, tonight I want to go through the Amber Alert, what it means and how it came about and that sort of thing. I thought that might be something interesting. And then just chat for the rest of the time or whatever. I don't want to sound too late. I've just finished work and I'm quite tired. But I digress. That's fine. So we'll hopefully just wait for a couple of people to come in the room. And we will get down to the nitty-gritty and look at this Amber Alert, which I find very, very interesting when I did the research about it. Hey, Pam, good morning. Well, it's actually evening here, remember. What time is it there? Let me know. In New Zealand, it is 10:31 p.m. Hey, Rachel, nice to meet you. Welcome. So I finished at 10. Thankfully, it takes me like 4 minutes to get home if there's no traffic and the lights are green. And I don't get caught for speeding. That's always a good thing too, which I did last week. We won't go there. But yeah, I'm lucky that it doesn't take me too long. 6:31 a.m. Are you mad? Have you been to bed? Or are you just getting up, Pam? What about you, Rachel? Whereabouts are you and what time is it where you are? It's I love time zones. They're interesting, but like I say, they annoy the bejesus out of me. Trying to get a time to stream, especially when I want to cover cold cases around the world or in the US, it's really difficult. If you don't know, I have a Facebook group that is for New Zealand. And I make videos on YouTube, which are mostly about cold cases in New Zealand. And then the live streams that I tend to do on YouTube, I cover international cases. Oh, nice. You're in New Zealand. Cats are pissed, haven't fed them yet. Well, Ronnie, I just chucked him outside because he was annoyed at me and was biting me. So he got chucked outside too, but he might come in a better mood shortly. I think he wanted me all to himself when I got home from work, and he got a bit pissed when I decided to come on. Hi, Left Break Vinyl. That's a cool name. Daylight Savings coming soon. Yes, it is too. Hawke's Bay. Oh, that's a nice place. I've seen pictures. I haven't been there because I haven't traveled much, but I've definitely seen pictures, and it's nice. So we'll just give it a couple more minutes, see if any other troublemakers come in, and then we'll take a look at this Amber Alert stuff, which is really interesting. And it's a shame for us Kiwis in the room that we don't have anything like this. But, and then saying that, we don't have the population as America and all the other places, you know what I mean? So I don't even know if it would be practical to work here. Biting him as a form of affection. Well, sometimes he bites me and it just hurts a little bit, you know, and it puts me off doing a live stream if I've got my cat biting my arm and my elbow. But Kiwi, good to see you, Han. Welcome. All right, let's get into it because I want to get down to the nitty gritty and get that all out of the way. But I'll try and converse with you guys in between. I'm a bit tired, so hopefully I don't sound drunk, but we'll give it a go. We will see. Hopefully you can see that. Daylight savings doesn't start there till November. Yeah, because you're backwards, Pam. Completely backwards compared to us. It's just all right. So an Amber Alert, alternatively styled Amber Alert, I don't think that matters, or a Child Abduction Emergency Alert, CAE, is a message distributed by a child abduction alert system to ask for the public for help in finding abducted children. The system originated in the United States, and we're very thankful for that. AMBER is a backronym, which I've never heard a backronym standing for America's Missing broadcast emergency response. It was created in reference to Amber Renee Hageman, a girl who was abducted and later found murdered in 1996. And as we go through this, it does tell us a little bit more about her case. Alternative regional alert names were once used in Georgia. It used to be called Levi's Call, in memory of Levi Frady. In Hawaii, it was Maylee Amber Alert, in memory of Maylee Gilbert. In Arkansas, Morgan Nick Amber Alert, in memory of Morgan Nick. And in Utah, Rachel Alert, in memory of Rachel Runyon. I guess those are all cases that we could actually look up at one day and see. Pam, TJ, I know my neighbour's cat bites me. I gave... Yeah, no, Pam, we're just coming out of our winter. Thank goodness for that. But I don't like summer. I prefer the spring and the autumn. But let's get back to it. In the United States, Amber Alerts are distributed via commercial and public radio stations, internet radio, satellite radio, television stations, text messages, and cable TV by the Emergency Alert System and NOAA weather radio, where they are termed Child Abduction Emergency or Amber Alerts. The alerts are also issued via email, electronic traffic condition signs, commercial electronic billboards, or through wireless device SMS text messages. Amber Alert has also teamed up with Google, Bing, and Facebook to relay information regarding an Amber Alert to an ever-growing demographic. Oh my God, there's some big words in here, guys. Pam, all horrific cases. Yeah, I mean, any child missing or that hurt is awful. So with the Google or Amber Alerts, are automatically displayed if citizens search or use map features on Google or Bing. With the child or Google Child Alert, also called the Google Amber Alert in some countries, citizens see an Amber Alert if they search for related information in a particular location where a child has recently been abducted and an alert was issued. This is a component of the Amber Alert system that is already active in the US. There are also developments in Europe. Those interested in subscribing to receive Amber Alerts in their area via SMS messages can visit Wireless Amber Alerts, which are offered by law as free messages. In some states, the display scroll boards in front of lottery terminals are also used. So, Pam, I know you're the Yank in here. Said with affection, of course, my darling. Do you get Amber Alerts to your phone? Do you see them on billboards or what did it say? Display scroll boards in front of lottery terminals. Do you see them often? Let us know, because that would be interesting. I remember the Amber abduction and killing. My youngest was just turning 2. Oh, it's a sad story. I wasn't going to go too much into it tonight, but we'll see how you guys feel and how tired I feel and how good I can read without sounding too drunk. The decision to declare an Amber Alert is made by each police organisation, in many cases the state police or highway patrol, that investigates each of the abductions. Public information in an Amber Alert usually consists of the name and description of the abductee, a description of the suspected abductor, and a description and license plate number of the abductor's vehicle if available. Pam says she gets them on the phone every time you go out. Did you have to sign up for that, Pam? Like, did you have to go somewhere to subscribe to them, or do they just go to anybody that has a phone, basically, is what I'm asking. So let's look at the activation criteria. And I wanted to read this bit because looking at so many cases of missing children, as I do in the States, And then I will always see people in channels on YouTube, especially, go, why wasn't there an Amber Alert activated? Why didn't they activate an Amber Alert? And maybe it's because they don't understand the criteria. So I thought we'd go through that and have a look. Pam says, sorry, this computer's slow. It gives you an option when you get a new phone. The cities and airports usually have the billboards. Right. Left brake vinyl, we need law change to have more cameras around. Where are you, Left Brake? Did you tell us where you were? Pam says you can sign up for it any time, though. But it's nice to see you, Left Brake. Yeah, well, it's saying here that the decision is made by each and every law enforcement organisation in a particular state. I mean, in New Zealand, we only have one. So, all right, for the activation criteria. The alerts are broadcast using the emergency alert system, which had previously been used primarily for weather bulletins, civil emergencies, or national emergencies. In Canada, alerts are broadcast via Alert Ready, a Canadian emergency warning system. Alerts usually contain a description of the child and of the likely abductor. Hamilton, awesome. To avoid both false alarms and having alerts ignored as a wolf cry, the criteria for issuing an alert are rather strict. Each state's or province's Amber Alert plan sets its own criteria for activation. Now, that's something I didn't know. I thought the activation criteria was the same right throughout the United States. So it's very interesting it's saying that each one could be different. Meaning that there are differences between alerting agencies as to which incidents are considered to justify the use of the system. However, the US Department of Justice issues the following guidance, which most states are said to adhere closely to, obviously, in the US. Number 1, law enforcement must confirm that an abduction has taken place. 2, the child must be at risk of serious injury or death. 3, there must be sufficient descriptive information of child, captor, or captor's vehicle to issue an alert. 4, the child must be under 17 years of age. Many law enforcement agencies have not used number 2 as a criterion, resulting in many parental abductions triggering an Amber Alert. Where the child is not known or assumed to be risk of injury or death. In 2013, West Virginia passed Schuyler's Law to eliminate number 1 as a criterion for triggering an Amber Alert. So what are they saying? That law enforcement must confirm that an abduction has taken place. West Virginia passed Schuyler's Law to eliminate number 1 as a criterion for triggering an Amber Alert. Interesting. Left Brake says, come up on the computer. Come on. Not sure if I feel that way if you lived in my apartment building. Every 4 feet we have a camera. Oh, yeah, bugger that. High risk area. It is recommended that Amber Alert data immediately be entered into the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI's National Crime Information Center. Text information describing the circumstances surrounding the abduction of the child should be entered, and the case flagged as child abduction. Just what I've got is in here, and as we continue, so I don't have to stop and just read the little messages between you guys. If put a Z at the beginning of your sentence if it's something that you want me to cast my eye on and read. Otherwise, it can just stop my flow. Looking there for no reason. Okay. The RCMP requirements in Canada are nearly identical to the above list, with the exception that the RCMP is notified. I really don't know much about the RCMP. I mean, are they like the FBI, or do they just? Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to figure that one out one day. That'll be another live stream. One organisation might notify the other if there is reason to suspect that the border may be crossed. When investigators believe that a child is in danger of being taken across the border to either Canada or Mexico, US Customs and Border Protection, United States Border Patrol, and the Canada Border Services Agency are notified and are expected to search every car coming through a border checkpoint. If the child is suspected to be taken to Canada, a Canadian Amber Alert can also be issued, and a pursuit by Canadian authorities usually follows. So that's good to know that even though an Amber Alert, and they may think that a child has been taken across borders, that at least in Canada, it's going to be followed up. For incidents not meeting alert criteria. For incidents which do not meet Amber Alert criteria, the United States Department of Justice developed the Child Abduction Response Teams program to assist local agencies. This program can be used in all missing children's cases with or without an Amber Alert. CART can also be used to help recover runaway children who are under the age of 18 and in danger. As of 2010, 225 response teams have been trained in 43 states, as well as Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico, the Bahamas, and Canada. And this is in the source links below. Everything you need to know about my channel, or want to get the sources, read the stuff for yourself. It's all in the description box below every time. So now let's have a little bit a look at the namesake of this beautiful young girl. Her name's Amber Hagerman in December 1995, and this was taken shortly before her abduction and murder in January 1996. So Amber Renee Hagerman, and she was born 1986, November the 25th, and died sadly January 15, 1996. Was a 9-year-old girl abducted while riding her bike in Arlington, Texas. Her younger brother Ricky had gone home without her because Amber had wanted to stay in the parking lot for a while. When he returned to get her, Ricky found her bicycle without her. A neighbor who had witnessed the abduction called 911. On hearing the news, Hagerman's father Richard called Mark Klaas, whose daughter Polly had been kidnapped and murdered in Petaluma, California in 1993. Amber's mother, Donna, called the news media and the FBI. They and their neighbors began searching for Amber. 4 days after her abduction, near midnight, a man walking his dog discovered Amber's poor naked body in a creek behind an apartment complex with severe laceration wounds to her neck. The site of the discovery was less than 5 miles, 8 kilometers for us Kiwis, from where she was abducted. Her murder as of 2022 remains unsolved. I think she's left an amazing legacy for sure. And I think once we look at statistics, she's saved a lot of children. Let's have a quick catch up what's going on. And I need a vape. Pam, the first two things are what pisses you off. It's not knowing who or if they were kidnapped and by who. Yeah. 9 years ago, we had an abduction here, and by the time they issued the Amber Alert, I can't even say that word, Amber Alert, the girl was brought across the bridge, raped in a church picnic table and dropped off in Ohio. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. I should put out a content warning. But they got him 4 months later. Thank goodness for that. Hello, Will. Left break drugs. Honey, really bad drugs. Kids drop like fries around here. So sad. There's my king, Will. No cameras to fill the day. Oh, no, they really said no to cameras for that. Oh, gosh. Oh, I really wanted to watch that trial. I thought that was going to be really interesting. I'm really bummed out about that. Thanks, Will. Just come in and bum me out like that. It's good to see you. We are reading about Amber Alert, so you might have to replay sometime. Um, so there's not much more I wanted to look here as far as the development of how it came about. But as we go down this bit, you can see there's a system in the US, Canada, Australia, state of Queensland implemented a version of the Amber Alert in May 2005. And other Australian states joined Queensland in Facebook's Amber Alert program in June 2017. So I didn't even know that Aussie had something like this. Europe has got something going on, France, Netherlands, UK, Ireland. So a lot of these countries are doing some form of the Amber Alert, which is really good. And we've all to young Amber Hagerman and her family for that, even though it's, and there's this other place I found, which description in the box below, amberalert.ojp.gov, and this has got a lot of information, a lot of statistics and all sorts of things. There's a couple of things I found really important that I wanted to take a look at. So we'll try if the computer works here. Bill, are you just playing with us or is it true? You're making me all sad. Going to computers not liking this at all. Okay, so this was about Indian interesting. The Ashland Mike Amber Alert, an Indian Country Act, was born out of the tragic abduction and murder of 11-year-old Ashland Mike of the Navajo Nation in 2016. At the time, tribal law enforcement officers did not have an Amber Alert plan to notify people living on the reservation, a serious problem shared by tribes across the country. The enactment of the 2018 legislation represents significant progress in addressing the problem. It makes federally recognized tribes eligible for Amber Alert grants and permits the use of grant funds to integrate state or regional Amber Alert communication plans with tribes across the nation. I think that's really good thing to know as well. This computer's so bad. Pam left his truck and he was so sure for evidence, and then they struck and found it. Thank goodness they got him. Pam says, I'm kind of glad of that. She just put on a show. Just put on a. Are you kind of glad that, like, that it's not going to be filmed, Pam? Maybe audio recordings, but as of until further notice, no visual recordings. Damn, I really wanted to watch that trial. I was really looking forward to it. Pam says they still put them in the post office along with FBI most wanted. She's insane. She doesn't care. Well, they say she's not not insane anymore, that she's fit to face trial. And I was hoping it was one that we were all going to sit around and watch while we ate popcorn. But that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. So as of May 1st, 2022, 1,114 children were successfully recovered through the Amber Alert system, and 123 children were rescued because of wireless emergency alerts. There are 82 Amber Alert plans throughout the United States. And then it has, obviously, if you click on one of these, it gives you statistics, because we're in the statistics bit. But this is quite interesting. Active Amber Alerts. I wonder how many there are active. I don't know if I want to. catch up my computer from the computer doctor tomorrow. This one's so slow. Okay, so if I... Okay. Talking to myself. Just bear with me. Hey, Ghost Lagoon. Oh, it's computer. Pam says they found my nephew. Don't talk about that or what he did. He did have some discussions about it, but I don't have a good memory, so... Okay, so... Amber, not where I am. Hang on. Review. How to receive additional... I thought I was trying to find like the latest Amber alerts, but now I'm a bit lost. Your lives, I'm trying to get your message up there, Ghost Lagoon. Your lives are always exciting over my head. Not at all. Maybe kids can have a bracelet like the elderly. I don't... I've seen elderly with bracelets. Yeah, so that's a bugger. There must be somewhere that I'm missing. Oh, hang on. What's this one? Oh, no, this is... Okay. Now, like a bit long. Anyway, so that no, TJ, Pam, even if it was really, really bad or something that like you think I would never forget, I probably will. I went online the other day and didn't Alzheimer's test because I can't even remember. My memory is the shittest memory ever. I don't know how I make it through the day. I don't know how I make it through a shift at work half the time. And I went and did an Alzheimer's test, but apparently I don't have Alzheimer's. Not yet. Anyway, maybe it will show. Maybe it's going to, like the elderly, like the medical alert. Maybe. Where's this one? So that's all I really wanted to do. Now, I know this I thought he was just on Facebook, but he's on YouTube and he does some really, really funny shit. And he's called Aussie Man Reviews. I have to do a bit of a disclaimer. He can be pretty crude, maybe a bit dry humor, as if that's what you want to call it. And I think Pam and Will, are you mods? If you could put his link in the chat at some stage, that would be cool. But he is also linked in the description box below to go straight to him. I'm not going to play whole videos because I don't want to get a copyright strike, but I give all the credit to this guy. He's amazing, and I thought we'd take a look at a couple. Now, I must ask you guys in here, and you need to speak up. Are any of you royalist fans, and would you get upset at someone joking about the funeral? Because if just one person say yes, and I'm not going to do that one. I'll give you a couple of... That's all right, Kiwi. It's just interesting because I didn't know. I knew where it had come from the young girl, Hageman, Amber Hageman, and I knew a bit of her story, but I never knew the criteria and all that. And yeah, so no one's worried about it. Will ping like a phone and send a message if it's broken off. That's a really good idea. You need to patent that. All right. I've given the trigger warning, right? I hope it plays okay on this old clunker of a computer. Goose Lagoon Royalist, yes, Precious, no. I like that. And then afterwards, you can get the link in the description box or when it's going to go in chat, and you can go watch the rest of it because it's funny. Come on. Can't wait to get my computer back to mine. Oh, that's great. When it loads. I'm getting sleepy. Online tonight, I thought, no, this computer won't hack it. But nope, we get it in there. Okay, still buffering. It's going to be all right.
With the second. Oi, before you chuck a wobbly at me, remember that bloody Lizzo had a sense of humour. I'll be respectful and I'll start from the beginning. The day kicked off with everyone cheering for a Garbo, which is so wholesome. Yeah, this is rock star shit, isn't it? Hip hip hooray for people that keep the streets clean. Lizzo and her awesomely organised entourage then hit the road. They walked from Westminster Hall to Westminster Abbey. I would have preferred some AC/DC. The tunes were pretty good. Meanwhile, important wankers arrived at the hall. In Australia, we be the fuck anyone is.
I can't identify them at this point.
We can't spot everyone, unfortunately. They look like they could well be local dignitaries. It's hard to see.
Joe Biden was like, I'm not getting on the fucking bus. I've got my own custom-made beast. And there was confusion over who gets to open it, British staff or American staff. The fella that tried to open it is like, I was just checking central locking, sir. Please don't shoot me. Also, I love your earpiece. Is that an in-house Secret Service brand or do you buy them elsewhere? How long does this fucking thing go for? Says Joe. Handshake for you. Welcome. Enjoy the canapes. Handshake for you. Nah, not you. Oh, she is fuming after that one. Christ.
So that's all I'm going to play of that one. If you want to watch the rest of it after this, go and find it. I just don't want to get a copy strike. I'm really worried about it. But this guy is so cool that I thought we could just check out like a couple of listen to one or two of his videos. Have you any of you guys heard him before? I know he's on Facebook. I've seen him on Facebook before. That's where I found him. I think he's got a couple of animal ones which are quite funny. Let's try to find it. I can't wait for my computer. Okay, let me see. Oh, here. This one looks good. Australia's deadliest creatures. Okay, I think he's so funny.
Behold the drop bear, Australia's deadliest predator. They can jump from great heights and mostly land on their feet. Some of them venture into the city to terrorise people. Look at this Sheila trying to talk sense into it. She's like, please, you've already killed my family. Just go back to the bush. The drop bear's like, nah, I don't think I will. It charges her and rips her ankle off. She stacks it. The camera person better run away. They're next. Oh, look at this one, absolutely flying along. It's a killer of a creature. You're probably wondering right now, Aussie man, what are you talking about? What the fuck is a drop bear? It just looks like a regular, lazy, fucking slow koala. Sure, but there are some nuances. It's more ferocious. It's got a higher level of bloodlust. And basically, they'll just rip your fucking face off, shit down your throat, and make out with your dad in front of you. You'll end up
okay, that's enough
like
of that.
Addison Rae.
Oh,
I have to see that. Here comes the drop.
Pause.
There it is. Bam! That's rare footage. A drop bear genuinely executing.
Jeez. there was some this was some fresh Can you hear me now? I need someone to give me a yes. I'm going to look for another one. Let me know if you can hear me because I just had a drop in my mic. Oh, this computer. This one looks good. We'll have a look into this one. Goose, I can't. That's why it's stuck on there. So no. We're just going to be yes. My computer will be back tomorrow. I cannot wait. This one just doesn't have the muscle that I need.
Good day.
Frog, and I can't get him out, and I don't like frogs. I freaking hate them.
Okay. Hey, well, appreciate you doing less. Let's focus on the.
Get in.
I'm fucking that in as much as I can. Okay, I'm sorry.
Ow!
Well, actually, work hard. We'll get.
I'm sorry,
All right, buddy,
guys.
come on. Suck it.
Oh, yeah.
I can't suck it in anymore. I'm so sorry. It's as far in as it will
No, poor thing.
go. I don't know what to tell you.
Come on, dude.
That tickles.
Thanks for coming, Kiwi. See you next time,
Hey.
hon.
Oh, look at the horrible body in the world. But go easy.
We'll have another video.
Handle it.
We might have to think of something else to
No,
do.
I can't get him.
That shit. I don't mind talking about shit. Like
Stuck
stuff.
in there.
We could talk about stuff like the fact that we won't be able to watch Laurie Vallow and Chad Daybell in court because that really annoys me. Yeah, I hope that there's a change, someone changes their mind, but I'm not going to bank on that happening. I think we'll give up watching videos because this computer's just not doing it. It's just being an ass, really. And it's made my life hard. There, videos are making the stream buffer. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm going to stop playing videos. So this is my son's computer, and it's only a cheap $300 thing. It doesn't run the software the best it can, and it doesn't have enough RAM. I think it's only got 4 gigs. So as soon as you open a few tabs, yeah, it just has a fit. But I'm picking mine up from the computer doctor tomorrow at 11. But I've got a video to put out, which I already have made, but now I've got to put some extra in it, and I'm working tomorrow. I will figure it out. It might be close court. Yeah, Will was saying that we may be able to get audio, but this time it doesn't look like we're going to get cameras in there, which really sucks because after the Amber and Johnny Depp case, that was the next one that I was looking forward to. But in saying that, if you go to Law and Crime Network or Court TV or whatever, and you can sit through court, there's hundreds of court cases that you can watch. And also there's a lot of really well-known ones that you wouldn't have remembered, which you can watch as well. So some people can't sit through trials. But yeah, I've actually watched a couple of trials that have seemed interesting. Pam says his oldest daughter is in jail for a year fentanyl addiction, so she'll probably OD coming out. That's what's been happening to these kids here. Yeah, we started getting known about fentanyl a couple of months ago, I think. Kiwis, if you remember, I think it was a couple of months ago. Fentanyl arrived in New Zealand, so it's taken a while, thank goodness, to get here. But I know that it's, I think, either killed or it has killed some people already. So we know it's here, and we know that it's dangerous, just like the rest of the shit. And I work in mental health and addiction, so I see it. I was going to say on a daily basis, but I don't work every day. But I think the worst thing that we have in New Zealand, in my opinion, is synthetic cannabis. That messes with people so badly, and it can kill, and it's just so dangerous, and it's so cheap. It's so cheap, especially for people who are on the benefit maybe and don't have a lot of spare cash. You know, they don't want to go and buy a $20 tinny when they can buy a bag of the synthetic cannabis for like $5. You know, but it just does messes up system so bad. And if you even if you have people that have mental health issues and then they take it, it seems to mess with their brains even more, you know. Oh, get your guard up. Yeah, well, I work with them. I'm as protected as I can be. If that's what you mean. Just touching it on money can kill you. Fentanyl? Really? I didn't know that about fentanyl. It's legal here. Goosey Lagoon, I know you're there somewhere. I'm trying to get your message up. Synthetic used to be, but fentanyl will be New Zealand's doom. You reckon once it gets a foothold in New Zealand, it's just going to go crazy? You know, when I first started working in mental health and addiction, and I don't talk about it a lot because of I just don't like, you know, for my clients to know that I was talking about anything to do with them. It's not right and it's not allowed. But one thing I will say is I expected that with the high meth user or high meth usage we have in New Zealand, that meth would be the drug of choice that I would be seeing people struggling with. But it's not. It's the synthetic cannabis at this stage that is the hard one. And before even that, alcohol is it? You know what I mean? I don't drink, and alcohol can do so much to your body, so much to your brain. And look at the crime that goes on when alcohol is around. I mean, that's a drug too. Pam says regular cannabis is decriminalized. It is not legalized or decriminalized in New Zealand. And if you want to get it prescribed by a doctor, and you can get one easy enough, whatever, it's going to cost you about $1,200 a month to actually buy it. So they need to do some serious work on the price of it for medicinal cannabis users, because $1,200 a month is a damn lot of money for people who are probably on the disability allowance because they can't work and need it, they ain't no coming up with that amount of money. That's for sure. So, Goosey, Goose, I love your name. Very, very dangerous. What's very dangerous? Alcohol. I think that's the last thing. I don't know much about fentanyl. I thought it was a horse tranquilizer or something, isn't it? Those are cake drugs compared to fentanyl. Alcohol has much to explain, but fentanyl will be total ruin. Great. I look forward to it. So what have you been hearing in the true crime community? What's the new updates or developments going on, if anything? I found out some information today about Anthony Greeno. I don't know if any of you know who he is. This Anthony Greeno character, he had a lot to do with the Delphi murders of Abby and Libby. He was, chasing the case and investigating or whatever he was doing. Anyway, I thought he was a good guy and he knew a lot about Delphi. So I was really excited when he agreed to do an interview on my channel. So we did that interview, which is really cool. And then I went to a stream today and I found out that he's actually had domestic violence charges, and he is also that's what I can confirm, those ones. And apparently he's been arrested today or yesterday for stalking. I haven't confirmed that on any source, so I can't say if it's true or not. And I've been on the mind of whether I should take the video down or not, because it's really informative, but I've left it up and I've put just a warning in the bottom that he's been a naughty boy, basically. Finny. It's an elephant tranquilizer. Fentanyl, also spelled fentanyl, is a potent opioid used as pain medication. Together with other drugs, fentanyl is used for anesthesia. Right. Look at this. A giraffe neck extender. Thanks, Will. He got onto Uncle Google. McCann thing pops up again. Actually, I haven't seen the latest. We could probably actually look at is anything. Madeline, if the computer will let me do it. Let's start again. Madeline. Oh, right. Let's have a go. Just let me just wait a minute till I make sure what I've got. No, that's not the one. Just give me a moment, guys, till I find what I'm looking for. Which I think I have. Oh, come on, man. Had my first dose of Dilaudid hospital last month, which is medical meth. I wouldn't touch that shit for nothing on the street. I don't even know there's anything called medical meth. tell you what I'm looking at, guys, and why I'm not reading this particular one, or the first couple they found. Stream, I did add stream. Oh my God, the level of fun with this computer, you have no idea, guys. No idea. It's just not letting me do it. It's 2022. Not this one. In court left. Will says my computer shows it. Pam went into kidney failure, but I'm sorry, Pam, it's gone now. Well, to give a better idea of fentanyl's potency, a grain of sand weighs 11 milligrams. This would be enough to kill at least 3 people with no tolerance. Wow. That's crazy. No, I don't think that. No, I think we're going to have to talk. It's not even bringing up shit anymore. It's just doing the funky chicken. Everything's annoying me. But at least it looks like they're getting closer. This guy that they've been talking about for quite a while now, I forgot his name, but he looks good for it from what I've seen. So it'll be interesting when we can find an article to read. We should do that. I want to know from you guys, though, when I find a pen and paper, and the late night chats, because I want to do the hopefully Monday or Tuesday, I want to do midday New Zealand time stream, and that would make it, I think it's like 5 or 6 p.m. or even a little bit later for you guys in the US. I want to keep covering cold cases for that, but for these late night streams, what are subjects that you guys would like to look at and chat about in the late night streams? We'll be right, Pam. I don't think it's quite here yet in too much of a way, because I know they've called a bit, but definitely in the future, it's something that we're going to have to think of, isn't it? Fentanyl is about 80 to 100 times stronger than morphine, or about 50 times stronger than heroin. Some analogs are even stronger. Wow, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Uncle Google's doing overtime tonight, Will. It's great. Pam says, but our hospitals track you like criminals. I've got a surprise. I can hear the cat at the door. Hello. I can hear you already, Pooey. Pooey, you gonna come and say hello? One case I'm not going to talk about, and unless there's updates, Goose Lagoon, a couple of cases I won't discuss are Summer Wells or Kylie Rodney. People have just exploited those two, in my opinion, have exploited the family and those victims for money on here. And I don't want, even though this is not monetized and I'm probably not going to get any money, I just, as Kylie's mum asked us to stop, so as soon as that was done, I stopped. And unless there's updates on either case, then I don't think I'm going to cover those in here. Well, there's a new one. I can't remember it, but it's a strain of Fenny plus more animal tranquilizers. Oh my God. He's eating. He'll be back in a minute. He'll be up here in a minute, annoying the bejesus out of me and trying to walk all over the computer. And we're going to have, once it takes hold at TJ, they will just criminalize weed there too. We had a Kiwis, what's that thing we had? A memorandum. We had one of those, I think, and I think 54% voted no for it to be legalized, and obviously the rest. So it was really, 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 really close, but we just lost out getting it decriminalized or legalized or whatever they wanted. I think they wanted to change it from being something criminal to something health related. Referendum, Jamie, Mamma Mia, referendum. Thank you. I knew I had the marine fins somewhere. It's pretty usual for me to mess up words, that's for sure. Fuentes got almost nothing. I don't know. I don't know that case. Is it a case that I should know about? That I'm not. When I'm really busy, sometimes I don't get caught up with everything that I should do. Well, I was extremely interesting. I thought the country was going to overwhelmingly vote yes. I thought that too, actually, that the country would overwhelmingly do yes, but I don't know. I don't know why those people didn't or why they did. Yeah, who knows? That will change. Yeah, I think maybe as other worse drugs come into the country, maybe they'll see weed as not the worst drug of choice, I guess, or the less evil maybe of all the drugs, and they might change it then, perhaps. The shit terrified you. What, the fentanyl or the weed? Now I'm lost. Left break vinyl. What did you mean by Fuentes got almost nothing? And by the way, Goose, Jamie, Mamma Mia, awesome to have you guys on here today, and Left Break Vinyl, because I love it when new people pop in and actually say hello. So that's awesome. I was actually wondering, guys, you know how you see those places, those channels that have open panels and people come up and chat about things and that? Those seem to be very popular. My concern, though, is if I can't control what a person says while they're up on panel, and we're quite a group with a few rules of things that we tolerate and things that we don't. And I'm a bit scared that just letting people up on channel to talk could be you don't know what you're going to get. But then sometimes I think it would be quite funny to have someone up here chatting, or 2 or 3 people chatting and having a laugh and stuff like that. So I don't know what you guys think. Jamie says, think no vote Kiwis were worried it would go corporate and shut out local growers. Possibly. You're talking about fentanyl. You're a pot smoker or a ciggy smoker, like tobacco? I'm a vape smoker. I got off my cigarettes like 18 months ago, and now I'm a vapor. Oh, look, here comes trouble. You can't go over there. We've been through this today. Okay. This is your side. Yes, right there. Just stay there. I'll give you some treats. Stay. Stay. Here's treats. You get to stay there. Do you want them? Yeah, right. Stay. Got to watch your smoke. They are lacing it with fentanyl, but okay. Well, I don't smoke, so that's cool. Jalissa Fuentes missing similar time as KR with her car. AB AWP looked after. Okay, we could have a look at it if you wanted to. It's illegal anyway, Jamie. Local growers aren't supposed to be growing it anyway. Yeah, because it's illegal. Have you guys heard about Julissa Fuentes? I'll see if we could bring something up, since I don't know about her. I've been spending a lot of time with my kids the last few days and working, so I've been a bit off. Where are you off to? Are you finished with me now? He'll have some more to eat and then he'll come back. Okay, I think we might be able to read something about this here. Share screen. Okay, why is that not working? Yeah. I'm just looking at myself trying to figure out. Oh, come on, you piece of shit. Just do something I want, would you? Oh, see? You just look like you're supposed to swear at it. Then it comes up. I'm hoping. Come on, you can do it, computer. Come on. Okay, just give it a minute. Just give it 1 minute. We'll have a drink. Oh, we have something. Pause. I don't want to play the video. Okay, I really don't want that video to start. So this is NBCnews.com and it is by Antonio Planas. The disappearance of a California woman last seen on video at a convenience store more than 3 weeks ago is now being treated as a criminal matter, police said. Julissa Fuentes, 22, was reported missing by her family on August the 7th to the Selma Police Department. She was last seen about 4 a.m. that day on video at an AM/PM convenience store in Selma, about 15 miles southwest of Fresno. I'd like to look that up, but with the crappy way this is going, I don't know if it's good to try and look at a map. Police said Fuentes then got into her silver 2011 Hyundai Accent and drove westbound. Since then, a forensic trail for her, information that could lead to her whereabouts from her cell phone, media bank records have almost been non-existent. Police said it's very rare that a 22-year-old girl has no digital footprint. Miss Fuentes has been gone for a long time, and this is not normal behavior for Miss Fuentes, Alcaraz said, so we are treating this as a criminal matter. When Fuentes was reported missing, she was immediately entered into a national missing persons database. I'm hoping that's NamUs. Alcaraz said that if police were to come in contact with her and she did not want her family to know her whereabouts, officers would comply, but would still tell her family she was physically okay. But obviously that hasn't happened. Sad eye on that one. Luke says, we've got a hard size of you. Is that what you said? See, every time I watch a video, it fucks things up. So Left Break Vinyl says, yeah, I've got a cat that's half the size of me. Yeah, my Ronnie's only 9 months old, so I don't know if he's going to grow anymore or not. I don't know when they stop growing. Mamma Mia, yes, she was last seen at a petrol station CCTV early hours of the morning in the US. Young woman feels so bad for her parents. There's just no trace of her. Like the article said, it's very not very often you have no financial records, no cell phone records, no social media. With a young 22-year-old, you'd think you'd have all those things, but not. So that's going to make it a lot harder, unfortunately. Pam says you had a medical card here for a while, but too expensive and had to use your own days in a certain amount of time. Jamie Gray, which is worse, illegal local growers or corporate growers licensing and pushing up prices? I wasn't, or not my thing, so I didn't vote on it. I voted. I'm not going to tell you which way I did, but I did vote. I mean, my point would be, or at least if the license people were doing it, you wouldn't get like fentanyl or some shit in it, would you? It would be safe. I think it should be available for people that need it medically. I am not going to put you straight out. You just came back in and I'm not playing that game. Or no, you can just wait. You just came in the door. The conversations me and him have, I tell you. You think AWP must have? Yeah, they must have, because I haven't heard anything. Pam says, Jamie, it's a no-win situation, but I'd rather support legal than illegal. Oh, where did it go? They can always get their license, although lots of Fed bullshit to put up with. Oh, God. Pam says, and they allow you to grow 3 plants a year for personal use. They grow up until the age of 3, really? Well, I don't want them to get that big. She had a phone ping near a lake. Oh, so that's why they went. I want to write her name down, because once I get my new computer back tomorrow, perhaps we can actually go look further into this case and look at the maps and stuff like that, and get a better sense of where she was and stuff like that, because my computer is going to be so much easier to play video and all that other stuff. That would be easier to see. So yeah, we'll do that on one of our late night chats. Didn't vote in either. Yes, you're not allowed to go that way over the computer. We've had this. Stay there. Stay there like a nice boy. Look. Oh, see? Lots of pets if you stay on your bed. Yeah, you just lie down there. Yes. I love my cat. I love my cat. Oh, good boy. Yeah, good boy. He hates it when I kiss him. Pam Smith, the dispensaries are the ones who push prices up here, not the farmers. You have anxiety, PTSD, and fibromyalgia, all good things that perhaps... that's for Julissa Fuentes case, the one I just had a wee look at. I can't play any videos or go look at the map to find out more about the case because of the crap computer that I'm borrowing. But I thought once I get mine back and on the next live, we could look a bit more into it. And I'm also going to put Maddie McCann down because I'd like to look into her as well and see any updates. Took 3 times to find Mia Brown right next to his ping. Took 3 times to find Mia Brown right next to ping. Don't know if I understand what that was meant to say. Is cannabis really that dangerous? Well, I mean, there are studies that say, through all of the health benefits, and I totally understand it's got shitloads of benefits for all sorts of different ailments, but I think there is some science that I've seen that in maturing brains of young people, men, if there's a lot of pot smoking during that stage, then that can mess them up. There's a whole debate on whether it's addictive or not. Some people reckon it is, some people reckon it's not, and so a lot of people think the health benefits are better. But is it Jawesa? Oh, hang on. Bang. Go. My biggest cat weighed 22 pounds, and they age different too. Not quite like a dog, but different. You should Google it. I will have to Google it. In fact. Oh, you're over there, sir. Yeah. No, not until the Fenny dealers get hold of it. Goose Lagoon. God, I love your name. It's so funny. Joessa Fuentes. Yes. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind having a look at her case. Mamma Mia, I've been wondering about Maddie lately. Nothing came of the Germans. Oh, really? Nothing came of him? Bugger. But I will check. I've written her name down, so it's definitely something. If you're not familiar with the earlier show that we do, Lunchtime Miss New Zealand, I started this new thing. It's called Spin the Wheel, and it's got the 50 states of US in it, and it's got a few other countries, and we can add to any time. And last week, we spun the wheel and it landed on Wisconsin. So on my next live during the day, I'm going to cover cases from Wisconsin. So that's going to be interesting. And it gives all of us a chance to read about the state of Wisconsin, learn a few things about it at the same time, which I think is cool. And then I'll find a couple of cold cases from Wisconsin and we'll look at those. So I am looking forward to that, actually. Will Harmony Montgomery. Harmony. Was she a girl? Maya Malete. Yes, that was an interesting case, wasn't it? Thank goodness that they've got him now, but we can definitely go over that. Alcohol is the devil's drink. Third time back, where Mia Brown phone pings year after missing by okay. Yeah, there's a few things going around the YouTube streets about AWP at the moment. That's for sure. Jamie, in New Zealand, we had a lot of corporate GMO and licensing groups lobbying for legalization. So I would be happy for regulations you suggest, but not the way it looked like New Zealand legislation was going. Gotcha. So it's a matter of semantics in your mind. Maddie Kay's parents just lost a court case. It was a defamation thing. Oh, interesting. Well, I'll look that up for sure. And Mamma Mia, I'm trying to bring your... No, it's not gone. Are you shitting at me? I can hear you. Pokey, good to see you, my dear. Are you just waking up? No, I feed my cat biscuits, and he's still on like kitten wet meat, which he hates. He just like licks off the sauce and just leaves. Oh, if you go out, I'm not getting you back in. Once this you're out for night. I'm lying because I'll let you back in because I love you, but cats are fun. Pam, I know they felt safe, but I just can't image leaving my baby sleeping while I went out. Even if I was just a few yards away, I cringe when my kids go to each other's. Yeah. So you're talking about Maddie McCann and leaving her in the bedroom and then going down. That didn't sit well with me either. It really didn't sit well. But in saying that, I'm not going to talk bad about people who have lost a child. Obviously, they're going to be kicking themselves for every day of their natural life for the decision they made. So I don't think they need more hurt or, Oh, in the house, kids in the playroom are watching on their phones and they live in a duplex. Yeah, I think there's half a sentence missing. Harder to find car freshen water. Yeah. He is cute and I love him to bits, even though I call him really nasty names. But I do it in a nice voice, so I think he doesn't notice. He's weird, but I love him. Waking again for meds. Oh, Pookie. Well, thank you very much for coming to say hello because it's been a while. Oh, you don't get Whiskers there. He loves Whiskers biscuits. Loves them. He's not a fan of meat. He'll just eat his Whiskers. Now, I've seen a few things going on about the AWP at the moment. And I've said on here before that they do amazing work. First, they started taking out cars, and I'm just going to get the coffee ready. First, they started cleaning up cars from waterways. So that was their mission, was to beautify waterways. So they would go and just empty them of the dumped cars and that sort of thing. And then, obviously, from what I can remember, but don't quote me, I think one day they pulled a car out and it had some bones in it, or something like that. I think it was, but I can't remember. Anyway, then they start with the looking for missing people and looking for missing cars is where they went next. Now, these guys are brilliant at what they do. We've seen it. If the police couldn't find Kylie Rodney's car in a whole search, but they found it within like 30 minutes. I mean, these guys are ace, and they are really helping out so many families, and families that had no closure because they didn't know what happened to their loved one. They had nothing to bury. And great. But they are not investigators. And the fact that they are saying in one of their saying murder or accident under one of their videos, Kylie Rodney's videos, and doing the interview with the roadside assistance driver. There's quite a few things that I think they've done wrong, and I question some of their I think it's an ongoing, this is what I think, it's an ongoing investigation, and the way that they're going over on all these channels, as many as they are, and talking about the case when it's an ongoing investigation, I don't like. I don't think they should be doing it. I know they've never had an active case before, so this is different to everything that they've done before. So maybe they don't know the right protocol, they haven't got that down yet. But I still think they're amazing. But I don't think they're doing themselves any favors from some of the stuff they're doing. That's all. Ghost Lagoon says, to the old pets get silly without seafood selections. I can't remember. I think I just bought meat. You like meat flavour. Left break vinyl sent from Body Strange Places in McCann. Oh, okay. Well, we'll definitely look into it in one of our night streams. I cringe when my kids leave their babies in the playroom and go to each other's house. They watch them on phone and live in a duplex. Oh, no, I don't like that. No. So you've followed AWP for years, Left Break. Are you picking up what I'm putting down or understanding what my concerns are? But man, anything can happen, and my Rai is a climber. Anything can be. A fire could happen. Anything. His name is Ryland, but because of me, his nickname is Rai. Oh, that's cute. Open Sesame. There's going to be it is Mamma Mia. It's incredible how they find cold cars where law enforcement failed. It's sad and embarrassing for law enforcement. Absolutely. It's incredible work they do. And the whole reason I put out the videos that I make, the whole reason I run the Facebook page, and the whole reason I do this is I feel sorry for families. That's it. That's basically it. I feel sorry for families and I want to help and I don't know how. So this is the forum that I do it in. And they're giving closure to so many families when law enforcement didn't. And then we get the other side of the thing. Well, law enforcement have divers, but they're not like diving all the time and they don't have all the sonar equipment that AWP has. But I don't know how that goes. Let me get my coffee. But I'm not saying like I don't respect them, because I still do. But I just think that their choices lately haven't been the best. And they just seem to be fueling the fire of this Kylie Rodney case. We've got a problem at the moment with so many channels covering that case, and the parents asked it to stop, and it's still happening. And I don't think AWP are doing that any favors of what they're doing. I think they need to stay in their lane. They need to stick to where I think they need to stay in their lane and not be investigators and just the good work that they do, you know. Mamma Mia. Do you know what? Can you tell me what your picture is, please, Mamma Mia? Because you don't want to know the things I'm thinking of when I see your picture. I agree. They are good for what they do, but they are also about making money. It's an unpopular opinion, but it's what I see. So the Kylie Rodney video, to watch it first, you had to pay to become a member to watch the video. And then it was released, I think, the next day or the next couple of days for everyone else to view. That obviously was making money off finding Kylie, which I didn't get a nice feeling off that. They do need money for the work they do. Absolutely, they need money, but I don't know if that's the way or the moral way to get it. Just saying. Mamma Mia, they did a very missing content about a couple missing here. They turned that over to their full at something else. Olivet. Yeah, we're not going to talk about the Kylie Rodney case itself, because we just wanted to keep it on Adventures with Purpose, just because I don't want to be like all those other channels that talk constantly about Kylie Rodney and trying to get money from it, or just won't stop, you know. Pookie, there was a murder near me yesterday where a man assaulted a family, leaving the father deceased. The killer was a friend staying with the family. Ooh, that's not good. Who was Jack the Ripper? Is this a topic that you would like to figure out? Or are you actually just asking and think that we might know? They did have a 16-year-old boy case fresh. I'll get the name. Yeah. I always like suggestions of cases to follow. My favorites, I wouldn't say my favorites, but I like missing persons cases for some reasons. But any cold cases are good. Near Detroit. Oh, Little Pokey. That's a bad part of town, isn't it? Detroit, I've heard that it's like heaps of violence and stuff. Pam says, teacher, they have a door that connects the two homes, but it's still not fast enough. I wouldn't even let my kids sleep upstairs for their nap unless I had work out there too. Yeah, that's very concerning. AWP found 24 chaos drivers. 11. 20, no, found 24. You might have to type that one. I'm not getting it, but it might be just because I'm really tired. I do want to know, what do you see from my picture? To me, it's just a gold ball. I either see a nose. It looks skin tone. That's the thing with me. It looks skin tone. So that's all I'm going to say. News on WDIV radio news, anchor killed, 4 others injured. Wow. Not good. Koha would be better than pay to watch, absolutely, but I don't think that they know about that system. So Koha is basically pay what you can afford, really. Pam says, yeah, I unsubscribed from them just before Kylie, simply for that reason. They were asking for a donation when they found another girl's car in remains last summer. Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't have a good feel about it, does it? How they go about it. And they asked while covering the recovery, and it did something to me. I just didn't like it. Fair enough. Topic to figure out was, what did you say? Having to go back. Jack the Ripper. Actually, I don't know the story about Jack the Ripper much. So that will actually be quite interesting. For sure. I'll definitely look into that one. I would be interested to hear about a big New Zealand case because you're in Australia. Well, we could do that, or please go and watch all my videos because I've got like hundreds of videos of cold cases in New Zealand that you can watch. But I'll definitely think about, sometimes I do talk about New Zealand stuff on here. Mamma mia, oh dear, laugh out loud, a skin tone ball. I just see skin tone. Oh, at the side of my eyesight, I just see skin tone, and it's got lots of bumps and stuff on it. And so I was like, ooh, what's that? Every time I look at it, I'm like, ooh, what's that? But don't change it just because of me, because I see random shit everywhere. So don't take my word for it. So what is everyone doing today or tomorrow? Tomorrow I've got to go and pack up my computer from the computer doctor, and then work later in the night. Jamie says, when it comes up on screen, here it comes. Go. Okay, there is. Has there been any updates in the Kirsta Jensen case? Sadly, no. Kirsta Jensen was a 14-year-old girl that went missing quite a few years ago, and she left a horse behind. And yeah, it's quite a well-known case, but I have made a video about that, so one of the ones you can watch. Come on, work here. I think Jack the Ripper was a female doctor. Really, Pam? That's interesting. Very interesting. Oh, it'll be good to look into it. Mama Mia says, sorry I'm new, just passed by, but we'll watch your vids. Don't have to be silly, but yeah, watch my vids, but you don't have to be. And that's why she was never caught. They were looking for a male. Interesting. I didn't know that, so I'll have to look into it. Another inspection. Oh, yay. You're celebrating the Queen's life tomorrow? That's Sunday. What are you doing tomorrow? I know Monday is a public holiday. Yeah. Oops. We should do more New Zealand cases still. 355 people missing at present. Well, if you can go and find the names of those 355 and you can find me articles talking about the circumstances, at least 3 articles. Most of them there's none, or there's one, and it makes it really hard to do. But yeah, if you can find me names and there's enough information for me to do something about it, I certainly will. Yes, we must the Queen. So on Monday, it's a public holiday in New Zealand because it's going to be the new Queen Memorial Day or something like that. Jack the Ripper was Walter Sickert. Interesting. That's your theory. And you're sticking to it. Well, I guess we'll soon find out when we cover it and go looking for it. It's annoying. How can New Zealand public help find people if we don't know they are missing? Absolutely correct. There's no... New Zealand Police website has a dozen people listed on there, maybe, if not, maybe a couple more. I've got a website which I've started to try and make a database of unsolved murders and missing people. That's what I wanted to be, but I don't have time to do it. Basically, I don't have time to put any work into it because of everything else I've got going. But you know, there's nowhere to go to find missing people or unsolved cases there in New Zealand to find out. The way I get stories is usually by someone contacting me and saying, oh, did you know about this case? Can you follow this case and have a look at this one? Which is, yeah, it is annoying. There should be a database. There should be a database or something like NamUs or the Charlie Project, like in the US. Well, we'll find out, Pam, when we look into it. Yeah, and that's how you find out about missing people, through me. I mean, we can definitely chuck some New Zealand stories into the live streams at some stage for sure. I can't even open my Facebook on this computer because I would have loved to gone on there and had a look at the people that are currently missing, which I have on my Facebook, but because I'm on this crappy computer, I can't access it, so I have to wait. The Jed Hall case. Jared cried the people didn't handle finding him. The Jed Hall case. Jared cried the people didn't handle finding him in the water. Got you. So that's an AW key case you're referring to. Really, New Zealand doesn't have a huge population. Word of mouth would go a long way there. There's still 5 million people, and you know we're 2 islands, so it can take a bit. I am really lucky because what happens on my Facebook page is I ask people to share the videos out with their friends and family so that it can get seen. I also pay for, mostly out of my own pocket, my videos to be paid to go around Facebook so more people can see them as well. I'm trying to get the coverage up as much as possible. But it's a tough job. In New Zealand, it's tough because we only have 2 major channel on TV that will do news, and you can barely ever get a case noticed in there. And then you've got like 2 or 3 online news platforms, and you can guarantee that when I want to go and research a case, if I can find one article about a case, I'm unlucky because there's jack shit you can really do with that. I could find 2 pages, as long as they're not copy and pasted together and have a bit of different information in one and the other, then I might be able to cover that, but that's going to take like 5 minutes. Some of them I get really lucky and I get 3 articles written about a case. And then I can put together a video and actually do a case. But yeah, it definitely makes it hard. The Old Jays Police 5. Right, guys, I'm going to cruise. I am so tired after work, and thank you all for being here. I can't tell you exactly when I can get online sometimes because it all wraps around work and what I can muster. I am a casual, so I get called onto work in the last minute sometimes. So you'll just have to keep an eye out for me. Go look at my videos, please. Go look at the Facebook page. It's been nice to meet you, Mama Mia and Left Break Vinyl and Goose Lagoon. Thanks, Pam, Jamie, Little Pookie, King Will. It's been great to see you. Yeah, you know, this wouldn't happen unless I had some people to talk to. So I thank you for that. I rule. I do rule. Take care. Take care, everybody. I'll see you in a couple of days' time.